Who am I? Who am I?
You say you hate me, you made me who I am. You and everybody else made me who I am. Society created me and made me what I am.
Yep, that's the lion screaming, you guys. All right, Dito's in the house. Littles are in the truck. And I'm off to work. Yeah. You guys ready to go to work? So, just warming my truck up before I drive down the hill and get to work down there on the driveway. Yeah, it's a foggy morning. Can't even see across the canyon at all. You know, you saw my footage this morning where the lion woke us up. Normally, clear days, you can see across the canyon there. It's a beautiful, beautiful sight to wake up to. See the ocean out, you know, off to the horizon. Yeah, this is an awesome place to live. Anyway, you don't need to sit here and listen to my truck warm up, and I'll see you guys in a while. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go look at the surf before work. Driveway's not gonna go nowhere, so surf goes places. It goes away. Got a solid south swell for the last week or so, and too low tide in the mornings, but I'm still gonna go look. You know, the wind's been coming up in the afternoon and ruining it, and then while I'm down there, I might end up just going and working at my friend's shaping room, you know, splitting the wood like I was doing last couple days, and just working off my board. Like I said, he's shaping me a new board, and it'll be interesting to try to ride a hardboard again. Never had this guy shape me a board, so we'll be the first. Known him for, Jesus, like, I'm guessing, let's just say 20 years. Maybe not quite 20 years, but about 20 years. And he's shaped the whole time, but I've just never had one of his boards. All right, so anyway, yeah, I'm gonna sign off here and get down to the coast. All right, so yeah, I'm driving out the road, and yeah, I notice I'm seeing blue sky out toward the ocean, and we live up on the ridge, so when it appears to be foggy, that's just because we're up in the clouds. You know, when the clouds come in, we're in the clouds, it looks like fog. So it'll either be clear down there on the coast or just be overcast, but at least you'll be able to see. So anyway, let me give you an idea. Kind of see the blue out there, a hint of it. This is the one view we have driving out, where looking out over the ocean from up here. Right here, you'd be able to see if it was crystal clear. Actually, there's the ocean. My GoPro's not going to show it. It doesn't look like it's going to be that great of conditions. But whatever, we'll see when we get down there. It's not where I'm going to surf anyway if I go out. That's like a crowd magnet. Parking lot right next to the highway. You know, with Wave that gets okay, but it's still somewhat of a soft wave. No tubes. The reefs will have tubes, but crowded. Everyone from town comes up and surfs it. It's not like when I was a kid and everyone was scared to go up there. You know, sharks, elephant seals. But whatever. It's the Pacific Ocean. We got sharks and elephant seals. All right. It is not foggy down here. That's the ocean. You can't really see it with this little camera, but there we are. Look at this. Out of the clouds. Down onto the planet Earth. There's the cows. Hey, cow. Yeah, can't see him in the field there. Like I said, with this little camera, eventually I'm gonna get a iPhone or something to use for a camera. What a beautiful morning. Yeah, it looks like the swell did drop, but that's what happens. Like I said, work doesn't go anywhere. The surf goes away. And up here we don't live in the bay. We don't live in town, so we're really susceptible to just the conditions being really horrible sometimes. A lot of wind, a lot of texture. It's not always good. Grew up, my mom moved us to town when I was a little kid, and man, we scored. Glassy all the time. You know, it's not as big as it gets up here. It still gets good in town. It gets really good. That was just a south swell we just had. Town loves the souths, so I'm sure they scored down there, but they can have it. Surfers, town surfers, transplants, most of them at least. There's probably hardly any native locals anymore. They're all a bunch of transplants that moved here and bad attitudes. You know, surf together. Literally not that good of a wave. You know, no barrels, and there'll probably be 100, 200 people in the water on certain days. Boy, oh boy, let's do a roundhouse. So I was recording a bunch of footage for the last few weeks, documenting the stuff that I'm doing up here on the property, you know, and the waves, everything. And I was doing that on my flip phone with a pretty decent camera, actually, I had. And the phone took a dump on me, so kaput, it's gone, garbage. Wasn't able to retrieve any of the data, any of the footage, anything. So I just found this camera on my laptop here. I'm just going to see how this thing works. And anyway, this morning, after the lion cockadoodled and woke us up, I went down to look at the waves, and it wasn't very good. I ended up running into a client of mine I do landscaping for, and so ended up doing a bunch of work for her. Got off work, the wind sucked, it was horrible. And tide was better, the waves probably would have been good except for the wind. So I just came home. I don't know if I'm gonna even work on the driveway. It's pretty hot. I'm probably just gonna go jump in the pool, cool off and relax, get the sweat off of me from working, hang out with my old lady. So anyway, I'm hoping this camera works until I can get a iPhone or something, you know, to use as a video, because yeah, I'm an idiot. I love my flip phone. It's a phone. I know how to work it. I have no idea what to do with these stupid smartphones. Smartphones? Yeah, right. Like stupid phones. Um, anyway, um, I'll check in with you guys later. All right, just took a quick dip in the pool. Felt good. 80-degree water, but it's so hot outside that just was relaxing. And we don't have a heater. It's just sun heated. Just a small above ground pool. It's about a 12-foot diameter, 3 feet deep. So it's pretty small. But man, what a relief it is on these hot days up here, you know, on the ridge. All right, so just like I said, got out of the pool. I'm gonna walk you around the property, starting back here by our well, all the way across behind our pool, behind our trailer, and then out over here where the cat was screaming at us this morning, cock-a-doodle-doo, and show you the cyanosis. Ever since the fire, it's an impenetrable wall, and I got my work cut out for me. I'm not going to get it all done this year. It's just me, by myself. I've got a small chainsaw and then a little bit bigger of a chainsaw. I'm not a sawyer, so it's not like I've got a big saw at all. My biggest one's only a 20-inch bar, but it's sufficient for what I do. And anyway, yeah, I'm gonna grab my other camera and walk you around the property here. Well, we're back. So let's just walk through here. Take you over this underneath here. This is our generator that we run the well pump from. That's a old what was that, above ground pool liner my buddy does, and when they have mistakes he gives me their old liners, and they work out really good for covering up the anything, wood, anything, waterproof. So this is cyanosis. This right here is cyanosis. This used to be an impenetrable wall, and I cut my way in. There's some boards I have stashed here in the shade, and yeah, just made it more where it's like scenic. The cyanosis is a pain in the butt, but it definitely is beautiful when it flowers. Anyway, I'm out down here. Walk down to my well. As you see right here, cyanosis. Everywhere, cyanosis. And poison oak. Okay, so here's our well. And this road, whatever walkway I came down, continues and goes right up here, which is overgrown, even though I've already cut it back once with cyanosis. The walkway comes through right there. It's not too bad. It won't take too much to clear that back out. So anyway, we'll go back up the way I came. Yeah, like I said, it's 100%. This is just everywhere you look. There's a madrone, but otherwise it's all cyanosis. Super fire hazard. Burns so hot you don't want to put it in your barbecue. You don't really want to put it in your wood stove. You'll melt the iron, melt your barbecue. But like I said, impenetrable. Look at this. I mean, it grows so close together. It's just like insane. The lions have no problem getting through it, and quietly. Or however they do it, they get through it quietly. No matter how you try to walk through the dry leaves, you can't be quiet, but they sure can. So up here by my pool, right up here is my pool, and I cleared out about 5 hours worth of clearing. 2 days, about 5 hours worth of just clearing out the cyanosis and stacking it. So I'm going to walk through that little cleared out area, go behind my trailer, and walk the rest of the property here, at least the property where the cyanosis is that I got to cut back. Like I said, I want to give about 100 feet, 200 feet, whatever, just a fire break, so that we're not, if it ever catches again, we're not in an issue that we have to worry too much about. So anyway, here we go. This here is the area I cleared. And there's my little swimming pool. 12-foot diameter, 3 feet deep. Incredible, like a cooling experience on these hot days. Here's my shed where we keep the solar panels, solar inverter, everything. Refrigerator. More seeing notices, endless. This here's about where the lion was, right back in here this morning, screaming at us. Hungry. Just a hungry cat. And this here is a nice drone for good firewood that I'll be bucking up this winter. Yeah, that's a lot of the cyanosis there. I've got my work cut out for me with. And in a little bit here, I'm going to just blow off the driveway where the last couple stacks that I had, it was a huge pile. It was about 5 loads to get out of here down to my compost. And by the time I got it all out of there, the dry stuff, the leaves fall into the driveway, and it's just, you know, whatever. Got to clean it up. So I brought my blower back up from my client's house today, and just spend like 30 seconds blowing the mess just to make it look good again. Be doing that in a little bit here. I got to go in right now and feed the little varmints. Yeah, so we just fed the varmints, brought them outside now so they can all go potty, and I'm going to go ahead and start blowing the old cyanosis leaves off of my driveway. And you can see my truck. So next piles of cyanosis I'll be making, I stack them all on the top of the truck here on my racks, and end up hauling them down to my compost. So yeah, I got to start all that over again because all my footage got lost. So yeah, that's just the way it is. It's an endless process working on the land. All right, well, peace of mind now. I'm going to take this back down to the job. Use that next week. A couple little hedges I gotta do. And no, I'll leave that one for now.
You don't fucking like me, you made me who I am. You say you fucking hate me, you made me who I am. You and everybody else made me who I am. Society created me and made me what I am.
So that was basically my second episode that I finished, and goes out to all you Decrepit fans that claim that I'm a rock star. We're rock stars in Decrepit Birth, that we're such a big band, and yeah, we're not a big band. We're just a death metal band called Decrepit Birth. That's about as far as it goes. I mean, go on tour and come back owing thousands and thousands of dollars in debt. That's not a big band. That's a joke. Tour's getting to the point that I don't even want to tour anymore. I can just stay home and have a good life doing this stupid work for my caretaking and have way more pleasure than being out on the road, coming home and owing $12,000. And it's to the point of my sister bailed us out of a bunch of issues we had on the road, and we owe her 12 grand, and it's just basically coming out that I'm the one paying her off, because we're now to the point that we make even less on tour than we were before, and we aren't even able to make payments to her after each tour. So it's just getting to where I just pay my sister. She's my sister, and maybe the other guys don't care because they've got their lives to deal with as well, and we're all broke because we're in Decrepit Birth. Not a big band. We're not the Rolling Stones. We're not millionaires. And yeah, so anyway, that last episode you just watched, my second episode that I posted on here, that's basically showing a average day in my life this time of year, summer, fall, when the waves sucked and I didn't get to surf. I just got to work, and it was hot and working, but it's a good life. I didn't end up owing 12 grand. And yeah, I didn't have to like stay up all night every night and drive, or wish that someone was there to drive. And when Paul's there, it's awesome because he drives, but you're still exhausted at the end of a month. It's amazing how tired you are touring. You're not doing any physical labor, but you really are. It's nonstop physical and mental, 24 hours a day, even when you're sleeping. The van stops and you're awake instantly knowing, is the van broke down? Yeah, I mean, it's like, even though you're sleeping, you're aware the whole time, and there's no rest. And I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, like, all of you people see me washing my balls in the sink at a dirty, gross sports bar in what was that show that the guy didn't want to pay us and was like, it's not that I can't pay you. Sticks the money in his pocket and goes, I'm not gonna pay you. Calls the sheriff and has us thrown out in Virginia Beach, and has the sheriff come to back him, and all you boys best run along. It's like, sorry, we're loading out. We got all our gear, our merch, we're loading out. I mean, and whatever. But that dirty sports bar where the white trash guy didn't want to pay us, I was washing my balls and my body and everything, but my nuts especially, because they were sweaty after playing on stage in that shitty sports bar. And yeah, I have a towel wrapped around me as I'm down my towel scrubbing my balls with a washcloth and soap. And this kid's telling me, man, you're living the dream. That's a freaking nightmare. Not a dream, it's a nightmare. Washing my balls in a gross, dirty sink. I mean, some clubs it's clean, you know, you're taking a sink bath and washing your hair under the faucet, you know, and it's clean. This was disgusting. And it was a sports bar. There was fans of the band, and there was just patrons of the sports bar watching me wash my balls and my butt. So yeah, this is my life, as boring as that last episode was. I hope that you really liked watching me blow my driveway off. Paul McGuire is the one that says that you all want to watch me do my thing. And thank God I edited that down, because that was probably about a half hour of me blowing the driveway of all the ceanosis leaves and all the stems and everything that accumulated from the piles that I had there. So I tried to highlight the best parts of my blowing for you. Hopefully it was good. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And yeah, once the surf season kicks into gear and I start getting some good surf footage, none of the surf footage that's coming up on the next so many issues or episodes, but we're in September now, so by November, these wedging sand slab shore pounds that I like to surf and quite a few of these other reefs should turn on, and I really should start getting much better footage than the wave, my point of view surf footage that you'll see coming up soon. I don't have a photographer, a videographer, so it's basically going to be point of view footage and maybe me filming clips, and if I have a random friend that shows up, because some of these shore pounds, I got friends I grew up with that come up from town that they still boogie board out there. Some of them charge surfing, so maybe I'll even get some footage of them, but there won't be no footage of me as far as I know. No one wants to film me because I suck. I just want to get tubed. I don't care about doing tricks. Tricks are for kids. Yeah, just tubes. So November, couple months, and hopefully it's going to go like lickety split, go by like that. And who knows, if we're lucky, we'll get some huge northwest swells that'll come in and start pulling sand out before November, and maybe October. The MCLs will start working, MCLs, broken ankle. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to these sandbar wedges, these shore breaks. So, yeah, and then the landing. Oh man, the landing is an insane side wave bull at negative tide. It's got to be low tide for it to break. That's a good one. That's basically usually by ourselves, There's me and my buddy. I say by ourselves because it was back when my buddies used to come up. But usually now it's just me. I saw it a couple of years ago where I went to look at it. And then Isaac, who you met yesterday, even though you haven't met him yet on this video. But yeah, he was charging. It was macking. That for the wedging shore pound, it was solid. I didn't even end up going out because it was so many closeouts. It was just like horrendous to get through. I probably wouldn't have got out on my wave storm. I would have just been getting sucked back every whitewash to the beach. Anyway, I got to get back to picking up these rocks, especially today while it's not 1,000,000 degrees out, and feeding the dogs and the varmints in like an hour. So I got to deal with this. Daylight's burning.
You and everybody else, maybe who I am. Society created